up my digits in my Motorola, and I'm speeding like I robbed someone.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Crafty Made Easy. For this tutorial, we will be doing a coaster. So I brought this coaster mold off of Amazon, and I wanted to do some more coasters. I did do this one, so this is what I'm aiming for again, but the colors will be a little different. Well, the colors will be the same, but I'll put them in like a different order. This is for a order, so I was like, let me go ahead and film me making this coaster. I'm not sure how deep it is, but I will put the link in the description box for the coaster mold. It does, I will say, take a lot of epoxy, so just be aware of that, especially if you're filling it all the way up to the top. You will need more than 30 cc's of epoxy to fill each triangle up, and especially if you're using different colors, so keep that in mind. So when I did the first one, I didn't have enough colors to kind of fill up for each one, so I had to mix some more epoxy and then pour it in there, but it turned out fine. But I just wanted to make sure you are aware that you will need a lot to especially if you're doing different colors for each triangle. But at any rate, I am going to be using, so let me back up a little bit. For this project, I will be using Faux Rizzle epoxy. So this is Faux Rizzle. I got this off of their website here. I don't remember how much it was. It was on sale, so just kind of watch for their sales and stuff like that. But I will be using Faux Rizzle epoxy. You will need something to mix your epoxy in. I have measuring cups to measure the epoxy before I pour it into the cup, and then I'll also be putting the individual colors in the medicine cups. I will be using alcohol inks. I have quite a few. I have Ranger, and Pinata. I think those are the only ones that I'll be using today. And they will be the Rainbow Pride colors, so green, orange, blue, purple, yellow, and red. So I'll be using 6 different colors. So I have 6 different medicine cups. So I'll be pouring some clear epoxy in them and then pouring the color into the medicine cups. You have seen me do this before. And then I'll be pouring them into the mold. I also have a mask to cover my face. I have an open window, so I have ventilation. I have my mask, and I'm going to be doing all of that in a few. So, and I also have my torch to pop any bubbles. So I will be mixing the epoxy off camera because this one does take you have to mix it for 3 minutes, and then you have to pour it into a separate cup, and then you have to mix it for another 3 minutes, so total of 6 minutes. I don't want to do that on camera, but just follow the instructions to the epoxy that you're using and mix appropriately. If you don't mix your epoxy appropriately, it will not cure. So just keep that in mind. And uncured epoxy can be toxic, so just follow the directions on your bottle that you're using, and always use it in an area where there's open ventilation, and use a respirator mask. All right, I'll be back. Okay, so this is my second pass through. So I just poured it all into a different cup. The most important thing that you want to do is scrape your sides, and whatever you're using, you want to scrape that along the edge and then mix it in to your epoxy. So I just wanted to put that little tip out there about the epoxy. The goal is to stir slowly so you don't get any bubbles. I am not one to stir slowly. I just hit my bubbles with the torch at the end to kind of dissipate them, but try to stir slowly when you're doing it. Alright, so all my epoxy is mixed up. I do have on my respirator, so it will sound a little funny, but this is what it will have to be. This is 90 milliliters, or if you want to count both of them, 180 milliliters of epoxy. This is a big mold. It may not take all of it, but I just wanted to mix a lot just in case. All right, so I'm just going to pour some. I'm just going to pour some in each thing because I'm going to have 6 different colors. I'm trying not to make a mess, but you know it's inevitable. Alright, I'm just going to leave it clear on the side because I'm sure I'll have to use it again to mix some more color. And then I'm just going to drop some alcohol inks into the cups to make the colors. And you put as much or as little as you want to get the color that you want. My green. This is sunset orange. The green is lime green. The blue is Baja blue. The purple is passion purple. The yellow is sunshine yellow. Oh God, this is hard up. Something that fell off my thing. Alright. Ooh, this yellow, we might not use this yellow. This don't want to. This one's stuck. Alright, y'all. I might not be able to use this yellow. I may have to get another yellow. Oh, never mind. Here we go. Alright. So I was going to have to get another yellow. So sunshine yellow and Santa Fe red. Alright. So of course I had some spillage outside of my mat. I'm just going to use a little baby wipe to wipe it up before it gets hard. Alright, so next thing, we just mix it up, and I'm going to use the red first. I'm going to mix, and I'm going to put them in order of the color of the way I'm going to use them. I want this to be a little darker. And you will get bubbles. That's fine. I mean, it depends on the epoxy you use. Some epoxies swear no bubbles. Some tell you will get bubbles. You can use alcohol to kind of pop bubbles. And you can use the torch or a heat gun to pop your bubbles and make your stuff blend more too. Alright, so I'm back. I had to end up rinsing it out because the lint and stuff from the baby wipe got into there and it wouldn't get out. So I ended up using soap and water and getting it out and letting it dry, air dry. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is pour some red in there. I'm going to do this in each corner. And I want enough to where it's coming to the top. Alright, and this didn't quite get enough. So if you, I'm not sure if you can see, but it didn't quite fill it all the way up to the top. That's why I have some on the side waiting to, just in case, because I want it to fill up And when you put the other colors in, it will start to fill up, but you definitely want to get the color that you want in there first. All right, and then we're going to do the orange. And put enough, put how much that you want in there. And see, look. How that's not even going to get me enough for the fourth corner. So I'm definitely going to need some more orange. So that's why you just keep some clear on the side. Because you're going to come back. Alright, then it's time for the yellow. And put as little as or a lot that you want. It's up to you. Alright. And again, this is not all the way up to the top, so I'm going to have to come back. Move this out the way before I knock it over. And if your epoxy sets up, you can still use it. You'll just have to work really hard to kind of get it out the cup. But you can still use it because this is thickening up. And then lastly, purple. Alright, this one got a lot of purple. Uh-oh. This one might not get no purple. Alright, so all of them have some color, but it's not filled all the way up to the top. So I'm going to, like I said, go back through and start pouring it to where it's up to the top. And it's going to move. That's fine. But you want to get it to where your coaster is filled. And it's still not all the way up to the top. Oh my Lord. Go over there.
one is yellow? I told you it takes a lot for this, no, yellow. It takes a lot of, and that probably was too much alcohol ink. You don't need a lot of alcohol ink. I'm pretty heavy-handed, so, just pour enough, as much as you want in there. Because now my yellow is darker than what I had it prior. And as you pour more epoxy in, the more it fills up your coaster, which is good. I want more yellow in here. It don't look like there was a lot of yellow in that one. All right. And if you end up mixing up too much epoxy, use it for a different mold. I have so many molds, it's like ridiculous. So I'll probably use, if I have anything left over, it for a different mold. If you like the content of this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed to my channel but you're watching this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And hit the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. Alright, we're getting there, y'all. We're almost filled up. Put a little bit more blue in here. Sorry about that. My neighbor's motorcycle. And you just keep going around until you have it filled to the level that you want it filled, which pretty much for me is all the way up to the top, because I want a full coaster. And then lastly, the purple. I think the purple might bring us to the where we need to be. But if not, you just go back around. You just go back around. I haven't quite got it where I know how much each color needs, or each triangle needs. I might just do one solid color and test it out and see. I just know it takes a lot. Alright, so the ends is good. It's just the top is not filled. Alright. And you don't have to fill it all the way up. If you want a thin coaster, you can have it as thin coaster. If you wanted a more thicker coaster, you can have, I mean, like, it's up to you. I just want, like, the top. And this coaster is easy to clean. You can just peel off any dry resin and wash it with some nice mild soap and water. There we go. All right, y'all, I think that's it. I think I'm pretty happy. I'm just going to use up the rest of these colors in here. And you see it's starting to thicken up. You could just lay it in there. It's not going to hurt it. That's a big bubble right there. Okay, so next I'm just going to go around with my heat torch and pop the bubbles. If I wanted to get some movement through the thing, I could use my heat gun to kind of move it, but I just want the colors to be separated the way they are. I really like the way they are. I got some purple up here, but other than that, I like the way they are. So I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to use my torch gun to pop the bubbles, and then we'll just have to wait overnight to see what it looks like the next day. Alright, so all you do is just go around really quickly because you don't want to burn your epoxy. You don't want to burn your mold. This mold is pretty good under heat. I've used it before. And you just want to pop your bubbles. You want to keep an eye on it because sometimes as it settles, the bubbles can rise later on. So just keep an eye on it for the next about 10-15 minutes and just pop them as you see them. And that's pretty much it. We'll just let it relax and settle, and then tomorrow we'll unmold it.
All right, let's demold it. Look how that just pops out. Oop, so smooth. Look at it. Pretty. And I got this mold from Amazon. I'll put the link in the description box if you're interested in purchasing it. That is the coasters. And I think it's about the same thickness. Now this one is a little bit thicker. I used a little bit more epoxy on these ones. They still have like a lip. So if you want to, you can shave that down or leave it alone. It's not sharp or anything like that. It doesn't make it look bad. It still looks good. But to avoid getting that, you just have to fill it all the way up to the top. But those are my rainbow / pride coasters. I hope you enjoyed the content of this video. If you did, go ahead and put a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed to my channel but are watching this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. All right, everyone, until next time, peace.